Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be taking a look at some of the watches in my collection that you can purchase in this year's Aliexpress 11/11 sale. Now, to be really clear, these are watches that I have purchased with my own money and they are worn on a regular basis. I've not been asked to promote them or incentivized in any way, shape or form. But with that being said, I have put some links in the description for purchasers if you want to take a look. Now, I have put multiple links in there, but they're affiliate links. So if you have made a purchase using that link, then the channel does get a small commission, and that is greatly appreciated because it supports me in building content for you guys. But as always, if you have any questions, comments, queries, please do put them in the section below the video and I will come back to you as soon as I can. So with that being said, guys, let's turn the camera around and take a look at the watches that I've got in my collection that I think you might just like. Okay, so first up we have the Watchdives WD-003. Now this is a collection of watches with stone type dials. The version that I've got is the lapis lazuli dial version, which is this beautiful sort of mix of blues with little flecks of gold in it. Now in terms of the watch styling, I would say it reminds me very much of a Citizen Chronomaster, really high-end Citizen Japan only quartz watch with a very accurate movement. I think it's the A660 off the top of my head. It's accurate to like 5 seconds a year. This watch is powered by a Seiko VH31 though, which gives it a 4 ticks per second beat, which makes it look somewhat mechanical in its movement. I wouldn't say it's the sweep that you would find with a regular automatic or mechanical watch, but it is a lot better than a regular tick 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 that you would find in a quartz. Obviously, because it is quartz, you do get that accuracy and you don't have the hassle of waiting about 15 years when it finally needs to be serviced. But a really good watch. Say in the intro, I have put some links in the description for various stores that you can buy this from, but certainly one I would recommend if you're looking at a go anywhere, do anything watch. Next up, we have another Watchdives, and it's got to be the 5512, which is the Submariner homage. No introductions required here. There are a number of different brands out on Aliexpress that do sub-homages: Pagani, Watchdives, Addis dive, Steel dive, the list goes on. But for me, this one has been absolutely outstanding. The bezel is somewhat different to the Submariner. You can see there with that loom pip up at the top, there is a slight difference in the styling, but wears really well, has a very nice sheen on it, and is powered by a Seiko NH35. This thing is just rock solid. It's been to the beach, it's done everything that I've asked it for, and the loom on it is really good. So excellent watch there. Again, links in the description. Right, the Master 300 Seiko homage. Now, this is the Heimdallr version, not a name that I'm particularly fond of, but the sheen on this watch, on that bezel in particular, is absolutely outstanding. It's got a beautiful gloss to it. Just a really solid watch. If this thing stops telling the time, then keep it, because it will make a fantastic knuckle duster equivalent. It is just a beast. Now, that's not to say that it should be worn by only those with 55-inch wrists. It is very wearable because it's it just seems to be smaller than its 44 mils would suggest. But again, powered by a Seiko NH35. There are a number of brands that make the Master homage, but I really like this version because it did say Master on the dial, and some of them do not now. You can see you've also got that shark logo. Again, loom on this thing, absolutely fantastic across both the indices and the hands, and also a loomed bezel, which is really cool. Like I say, fantastic watch for the price and an absolute tank. Certainly something that you can wear in the water without fear of it fogging up. Right, now we're back to Watchdives, and this is the Space Pilot Speedmaster homage. Now this is the most recent version, and it is a homage to an Amiga Speedmaster, in particular this TUDA variant that you can now buy from Amiga, which costs you, I think, about 17 grand, something like that. This watch is certainly no way near that price point, but it gives you that look, and that's the beauty of these homage watches. This is powered by a Seiko Mecha Quartz VK movement, so again you have quartz accuracy, but you do have that central seconds hand that ticks very much like a mechanical chronograph, and when you press the reset button it flies back instantaneously, much the same as what you would see on a real Speedmaster. Again, these watches do come in at a really good price point, probably something around about the $200 mark Australian, probably around about 130, 140 US, depending on where you buy it from. But really cool watch. I love the fact that it just has all these vibrant colours on it. It's something that certainly sticks out, slightly different than the regular Speedmaster. But Watchdives do have this in a variety of different options, so go and check them out. Again, I've put links in the description. You can get multiple different colorways, so there is a style for every single taste out there. But very, very good homage to the Amiga Speedmaster. We are sticking with Watchdives yet again, and to be really honest with you guys, like, they are actually my favourite watch manufacturer on Aliexpress. They produce some absolute bangers. This is the Broad Arrow homage. Again, it is a Speedmaster variant. They do a 2-dial version, but this is the 3-dial version that they brought out some years ago that is no longer produced. But the Watchdives variant again is a Seiko, VK Mecha Quartz movement. Probably say that because of this chronograph hand that doesn't have any loom on it, it isn't the most legible, but those broad arrow hands do make telling the time a cinch. But really, really nice watch. This is the first version, and it has a slightly thicker bezel than the current release that I've put a link to, which is slightly thinner. But for me, I don't really care. It gives me that broad arrow look that I like, and certainly with a massive cost saving to boot. The dial on this is really cool as well. You've got some differences in the style there. You've got a matte black with a slightly shinier outer rim to it, but loom on this watch, absolutely fantastic. And again, it gives you that quartz accuracy, but with a mechanical look as well, which I think is really awesome. Next up, we have the Militado. Now, this is the ML16, and in my opinion is a homage to the Zinn brand of watches that can be found from Germany. Now, the closest that I could find was this, which was the U50. So it does have some very similar styling, but you can see there the crown guard at the 4 o'clock position is very different to this one from Militado, which is obviously at the 3 o'clock position. But yeah, really good watch. I love the bead blasted case and the 70s style bracelet. This watch is powered by a Seiko VH31, which gives you 4 beats per second, so it gives you a mechanical style look with that multiple ticks per second seconds hand, but it also gives you the convenience of quartz. You literally need to just swap out a battery to keep this bad boy going. It does have 200 meters water resistance. The only downside, and I'll be really clear, it doesn't bother me, but it may bother some, is that there is a slight difference in the color between the indices and the seconds hand. The white hands of the second and hour being slightly brighter than the loom on the indices. But like I say, it doesn't bother me, and quite frankly, at this particular price point, you cannot expect perfection. But this is not far off it. I think this is a really cool watch to wear in most situations. It certainly wears well as a casual watch, and is something I'm going to be wearing on the beach this summer here in Australia. Now, this is the San Martin SN008, which is a Black Bay homage. This is by far the best watch that I have in my collection of all of the Chinese manufacturers. The bracelet weighs really, really well. You can see here, this is the TUDA version of which the San Martin, in my opinion, is a homage or is styled upon. But really cool watch. The loom on it is fantastic. As I said before, the bracelet on the San Martin is the best bracelet that I own. It's up there with my Amiga GMT in terms of the quality and the finishing. But yeah, really, really cool watch. Certainly San Martin is, in my opinion, one of the best manufacturers out there, but they are certainly priced well above most of their competition, so you would expect a better level of finishing. But this watch has everything. The clasp is really cool. The bezel movement is exceptional, loom is fantastic, and is powered by a Seiko NH35 automatic movement. On the wrist, it does have that beautiful sort of luster to it and glint from the sunlight, and it's just you can tell that it's a well-made, well-finished, quality watch. But again, at the price point, punching well above its weight. We're off to Watchdives again, and this is the TUDA Ranger homage. Well, I say Ranger, it's probably the closest watch that I could find. It's sort of like a mix between a Rolex Explorer and a TUDA Ranger, but nonetheless, very, very nice field watch. You certainly have a beautiful element between that black dial and then those gilt gold hands and the indices. So exceptional finishing on this watch for the price point. And again, because it's quartz, you do have that ability to just swap out a battery when it dies. There's no servicing costs or anything like that. But yep, a really cool watch, and certainly for the price point, something that you can buy and not have to worry about. And that's the other thing about these watches, because a lot of them are actually quartz. I put them in my watch box and I pull them out, and maybe I need to change the date on some of them that do have a date. Otherwise, they're just ready to go straight away. So I love the convenience of these. And like I say, the VH31, because it ticks more times per second than a regular quartz, it gives you that mechanical look, but none of the hassle that's associated. This time we're off to Addis Dive, and this is the AD2095. Now this is a really fun watch, guys. I love this. It's so colourful. It's very unique. It is a Seiko VK Mecha Quartz movement, so it is at a really good price point. And you can see there the date on this watch is really, really clear. I love this watch. I think it's really fun. It's got sort of a modern look to it, but also a classical look with that font of the Addis Dive text on the dial. And I do actually have a turquoise watch strap, which makes it even more fun. But certainly if you have a bit of colour in your life and you want something that looks a bit different, then I would certainly recommend this AD2095. Again, I have put links in the description if you're looking at buying it. But other than that, guys, if you do have questions, comments, or anything like that, put them in the section below and I will come back to you. Thanks, guys. Take care.